Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome. Harem animes, ecchi animes, high school and moe-infused animes. We see them quite a bit nowadays. They are the safe choice for most production companies, and, well, they make money. But most of the time, they stand amongst the mediocre animes. And the gems that are out there are sometimes kind of hard to find. So that's why I'm here today. People like me, reviewers, go and search for these gems and tell the people about these particular beauties out there that you should all watch. Or at least if you're interested in anime. One of those animes is Ghost in the Shell Standalone Complex. So, without further ado, let's dive into Ghost in the Shell. Ghost in the Shell follows the members of an organization known as Section 9. Section 9 is an organization within the Japanese government in a somewhat futuristic setting. And when I say futuristic, I mean robots walking around and cyborgs and all that sort of sci-fi stuff. Kinda interesting. Section 9's main job is relatively simple. Prevent and solve crimes and stop terrorism, that sort of stuff. Sounds simple, doesn't it? But here's the thing. Where the simplicity of the overall story starts, the enjoyment takes over. This anime is definitely not for everyone. Instead of focusing on the bang-bang way of solving your problems, they focus more on investigation and political warfare. So undoubtedly, if you're one of those shonen lovers, you're probably not going to find this too enjoyable. But it certainly has a great story, fun characters, amazing animation, and overall just beautiful soundtrack. So, what is the story of Ghost in the Shell? Well, it's kind of a difficult one. You see, the story of Ghost in the Shell is actually divided into two different types of episodes. You have the complex episodes, which focus more on the overarching storyline of the entire series, and you have the standalone episodes. And the standalone episodes, by some, might be considered filler episodes, but honestly I see them more as character development episodes, which is awesome. But let's dive first into the complex episodes that follow the overarching storyline. The basic gist, without too much spoilers, is this. Some time ago there was a legendary hacker known as the Laughing Man, who caused a now known as the Laughing Man incident, where he was capable of hacking people's cyber brains while at the same time holding a hostage. Undoubtedly an interesting event, because this is something that most people won't be able to pull off. So, what happened? He disappeared, and now he has returned. So, it becomes the job of the members of Section 9 to figure out exactly where he is, who he is, because nobody knows who he is, and find him, and potentially uncover more than they bargained for. The story, in many ways, is enjoyable, amazing, and overall just fun to watch. And certainly has more than a few twists along the way. Definitely an enjoyable watch. But obviously that is just one part. The other standalone episodes are also in their own way very interesting. The standalone episodes tend to focus more on the one particular or sometimes two characters and explore their story, tell a little bit about their backstory, and so on and so forth. They are, in my opinion, the most beautiful episodes I've ever seen. Usually, when episodes come around like this, I enjoy them, but not as much as the overall story. Here, I fucking love the standalone episodes. This is mainly because the characters in the entire series are so interesting, so fun to watch. Such an enjoyable cast of characters that just make me want to go back and watch it over and over. Undoubtedly beautiful in so many ways. Undoubtedly. But of course, the characters aren't the only part that make this anime great. The animation. Now, this anime came out over 10 years ago, so usually someone would say, well, it had good animation for its time. Nowadays, animes that came out over 10 years ago don't necessarily look that well anymore. Ghost in the Shell looks fucking beautiful. Honestly, animes that come out today have more flaws in their animation than Ghost in the Shell does. It quite literally kicks the ass of animes that come out today. Of course, you see a difference in the overall style, but if you can look past that, the beauty of the animation is amazing in so many ways. It is just awesome to look at. Such a beautiful experience. And the soundtrack is no different. The soundtrack, I love it. It has this sort of kind of futuristic style to it, which really fits well with the entire anime. It amplifies what you see on the screen, and it does its job perfectly. There's not much I can say about it other than it's just freaking amazing to look at. Now you might be wondering right now, Thomas, if this anime has so many upsides, so many beautiful things, that means it must be perfect, right? No. Nothing is ever truly perfect. This anime certainly doesn't have many flaws. But if there are two I can think of, it's the opening and the ending. Now, let's talk about the opening first. The opening, in many ways, is beautiful. It has amazing visuals, and it has a very catchy soundtrack, a very catchy tune, undoubtedly. However, unfortunately enough, the opening only the opening is done in a different type of animation than the overall show it's done. It's done in 3D animation. Now, I've said in the past that 3D animation is not something I generally really love. I find it hard to get into 3D animation, but if it's done right, it certainly can be beautiful. And undoubtedly, the anime's opening certainly has some very well done 3D animation. The only problem is the show itself doesn't have this particular type of animation. So it just seems out of place and weird to me. Now I know that this is fixed in the second season of the show, but I have not seen it yet, so I won't be talking about that particular form of animation yet. The opening itself is not bad, but it stands out as something that just kind of looks out of place. Not a big problem, but a problem nonetheless. Now for the ending. The ending is what I find to be the more disappointing aspect. The ending certainly has, again, a very good song. However, the ending's visuals are easily forgettable. As to say, there really aren't any visuals in the overall ending. What the ending has are pictures and scrolling text. Not even pictures of events that transpired within the episode that you just watched. No, reused pictures every single time and scrolling text. The song is quite nice, but the visuals of the ending are lacking in so many ways, and that undoubtedly was very disappointing to me. That is not to say that this anime is bad. Like I said, this anime has so many beautiful aspects, so many great storylines, so many amazing characters, too many. Like, I don't want to go too much into depth in all these characters, because I just feel I'll be sitting here for an hour, and I want to keep this review relatively short. Undoubtedly, just an amazing show, and the benefits and the good parts about the show greatly outweigh the downsides that the show has. This show receives nothing less but a 10 out of 10. It is a beautiful watch, an amazing show, and it deserves a spot on every anime fan's shelf, like it does with mine in my living room. It is beautiful, and I highly recommend that you check it out, because undoubtedly it is simply an amazing watch that you should watch at least once in your life if you are at all interested in anime. Now, with that being said, I think I'm done here for today. So, thank you all so much for watching. I do hope that you enjoyed it. If you did, feel free to leave a like and subscribe if you want to see more. Also, let me know if you've seen this anime. What did you think of it? Did you enjoy it as much as I did? I really like to know. And if you didn't enjoy it as much, be sure to let me know why, because those are the kind of things that I would always like to know. Thank you all so much for watching. See you next time. Bye.